Party's over, Biff. Sorry, ladies. There's a little matter I need to talk about.
Yeah, money, right? Well, forget it.
No, not about money. Gray's Sports Almanac. What's going on today, guys? So, yes, I know I have the leather jacket on, and I have the red shirt on, I got the jeans on, but guys, today is just a special day, and it is, of course, Back to the Future Part 2 day. I have been waiting for this moment all day. I was literally just thinking about it every minute of school, like, okay, 429 is this far away, 429 is that far away. I went to cross-country practice, and I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure I get out of here so I get home at 4:29 so I can start watching Back to the Future Part 2. I'm going to be talking to you guys about more of my favorite movies, and I'm going to be continuing in that quest by continuing my Back to the Future trilogy, actually, by talking to you guys about what is, in my opinion, my favorite Part 2. And I know this is the entire trilogy, but if I open it up, Back to the Future Part 2. The sequel is once again directed by Rober Zemeckis, the one and only, and once again stars Michael J. Fox as time traveler teen Marty McFly, as he and Doc at the very beginning of the film travel to a little date called Wednesday, October 21st, 2015 at 4:29 p.m., which is today and is now the past. So the future is now the past. In the future, which is now the past, they must go there in order to rescue Marty's kids. This really, truly, and dearly is my favorite in the trilogy. I think so. I really love this movie because it jumps literally from 3 different incredible time periods. One that is now the past, that has so many things that just aren't there. The present, which at the time was 1985, and then 60 years ago in 1955. It's just so incredible. I love how they just jump from different timelines, going from the future back to an alternate 1985 to 1955. Starts out in the real 1985, then to 2015, then the alternate 1985, then 1955, and then all the way back to 1885 so that they can fix everything and get back to the real 1985. Man, these two movies just have so much, but to me, Part 2 is always my favorite because it has everything I want in a movie plus more. It's got the action, it's got the comedy, it's got the adventure, it's got the science fiction. I love just how they're able to do a lot of the stuff. The special effects in this movie, even though a couple of it feels a little bit dated, a lot of the special effects still hold up today. It's amazing how they're able to get 2 Martys in one shot, and also Marty's daughter in the film, yeah, that's also played by Michael J. Fox. It's just incredible how they're able to do that in one shot. But the real plot of the movie is when Marty purchases an almanac. This almanac is for sports from the year 1950 all the way to 2000. He decides to get this book so that he can be able to bet on sports, gambling, which is illegal because he now knows the future and he can win, he can get some money. And Doc completely agrees with this, saying that time travel is for the knowledge, not for stealing or not for cheating. It's to try to understand and surpass everything that we know. His greed ends up just destroying him as it creates an alternate 1985 once old Biff steals the time vehicle along with the book, and there's a lot to cover. Okay, guys, there's a lot to say here. There really is, because there's just so much plot. But here's the thing, a movie like Back to the Future Part 2 needs that kind of plot, and if it's ordered to stay afloat, and if it tries to keep audiences grasp, because everyone loves the first Back to the Future. Everyone does. So going into a sequel, your expectations are going to be high. But guys, Michael J. Fox is fantastic as Marty McFly. I can't imagine anyone else playing him. Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown just couldn't be any better. He is just incredible. Once again, we have Lea Thomson playing Marty's mother, who just looks incredible. And then we once again have the one and only greatest bully ever, Biff, returning. And it's just so good. It's incredible just how he gets his power and how he somehow ended up killing George McFly, not getting in trouble by the police, owning the police, marrying Marty's mother. And I gotta talk about 2 things. One is the recreation of the dance scene in 1955, and 2 is the tunnel chase. Now I'll talk about the first one. Guys, this is just some of the most impressive filmmaking I've ever seen, because they literally had to recreate almost every shot. Every single shot nearly had to be created, and they used different angles. And it's just incredible. I'm like, how did they do this? It's amazing. And also, the guy that plays George McFly is actually not Crispin Glover. It's a different guy. I think his name is Joseph Wiseman. And they actually used footage of Crispin Glover, which he actually ended up suing the company because they used unauthorized footage from him, which was under copyright protection. So they had a little lawsuit here and there. But they literally had to recreate every shot. And it's breathtaking because it actually works. You feel like this could have happened in the first movie. And that's what's incredible, is that there are some movies where if you go back to the past and change things, you're like, well, you couldn't really picture that happening. But every single scene, every shot, I could believe happened. I really could. And I gotta talk about the tunnel chase scene. Oh my god. The music is so suspenseful. Alan Silvestri, you will always be loved by us. He also scored movies like Predator and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And guys, this chase is breathtaking. Every single shot feels incredible. You get this ultimate suspense and tension as Marty's just trying to get the almanac from Biff. And then he just swerves the car all over, and then they get into this tunnel, and Marty ends up doing this cool flip trick with a hoverboard, which is something that I've always wanted my entire life. He gets the book, and then of course, Biff just chases him as he tries to get through the tunnel. Guys, this is also among my top 5 greatest scenes of all time, because I always have my jaw dropped. Like, every single time. When he starts that car, it's just like, oh my god, no! You just feel it, because you are so invested with the story. And just him trying to get out of that tunnel when Biff's car is chasing him and get the shot of that tire just, like, drilling through. It's incredible, guys. I love it. It's breathtaking. And then, of course, when Marty gets saved, oh, it's one of the most relieving moments I've ever had. And then, of course, at the end of the movie, it ends up setting up the sequel to it, Back to the Future Part 3, which then takes place in the Old West in 1885. In the end, Back to the Future Part 2 is simply my favorite because, to me, it had just a little bit more than the first one to just exceed my expectations. Now, granted, the first one is still just incredible. And Part 2 I like just a teeny bit more. I do. It's the most fulfilling to me. It has the most action, the most comedy, the most adventure, the most science fiction. And I really think that the time periods are incredible. The plot is always there, and it always just keeps you invested with the story. The characters are beautiful. The settings are beautiful. Now the future is now the past, which is pretty sick. And the fact that I'm talking to you guys now on Wednesday, October 21st, 2015, just makes Back to the Future Day so much better. Guys, Back to the Future Part 2 absolutely gets an A+. Well, thank you guys for watching another one of my movie reviews. I appreciate this as always. And guys, it's Back to the Future Day. Go and celebrate it. Watch Back to the Future Part 2. Love it. And just click this like button and send me some comments on what movies you want me to review next. And if you guys love Back to the Future 2 the most, or if you guys like it, if you guys hate it, I'd just like to know. So send me a comment, tell me about it. But in the end, guys, thanks and stay tuned.